Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Simona and it is lovely to meet you. Today I want to show you how to make this simple baby cardigan. It will be sizes from 0 to 12 months, so 0 to 3, 3 to 6, 6 to 9 and 9 to 12 months. This is the smallest size that I have made, 0 to 3 months. You can see we have a pattern running in the front. And if you turn it around, we have pattern running all over the back. It is really quite simple to make. I have all the charts ready and I will take my time to explain how to insert the pattern into this cardigan. And it is quite quick to make as well. It only takes me a few hours to make a baby size like this. Okay, so this is a 0 to 3 months. You can see it is small, it is nice, it looks interesting. I have right here, so this is a size of 3 to 6 months. I have it in blue again, pattern and pattern at the back. I have one more made. This is a size 6 to 9 months for a little girl. And this is how it looks at the back. Now, if you're interested to make this cardigan with me, let's go on and have a look of what we are going to need, and we can make one of them together. To make this cardigan, we're going to need scissors, 4 stitch markers, a needle to hide those tails. We need 4 buttons, any kind that you want to be on the cardigan. Then we will need a measuring tape in centimeters, because my chart is in centimeters, so it will be much easier for you to follow anything that you have. This is actually very, very important. Then we're going to need 2 hooks, a 4mm and a 3.5mm. Now we will make the main cardigan in 4mm hook, and we will just do the end of the sleeve in a slightly smaller hook, just so it is slightly tighter at the end of the sleeve. So 2 hooks and then the yarn. You can use any kind of lightweight yarn that you have or you want. In other words, it is a DK or double knit or lightweight free yarn. I have got this from Aldi in color cornfield. This is something in between green and yellow. I really like this color. So, okay, so how much yarn will we need? So, for the age of 0 to 3 months, you're going to need 100 grams of yarn. This will definitely be enough, and you will have a little bit left. 3 to 6 months, again, 1 skein or 100 grams of yarn will be enough. 6 to 9 months. Now, the one that I had made in 6 to 9 months, 1 skein was enough, but I had a very, very little left. So just in case you are crocheting slightly, I don't know, not as tight as me, you might need another little bit from another skein. This might not be enough. And for the 9 to 12 months, I'm definitely going to need 2. I will not use a whole skein of the other one, just a little bit to finish it off. But 1 will not be enough for me. Okay, so any kind of color, any kind of lightweight yarn will be absolutely fine. And then the hooks that match your yarn. Okay, so let's talk about this little chart right here that I have. I have written down the measurements. So this is a starting chain. We will be picking up starting chain from this length. Depending on the size that you will make, I will be making 9 to 12 months. That means that my starting chain should be about 40 centimeters long. Then it is the yoke, chest for the finished cardigan right here, sleeve length and cardigan length. Again, I will talk about each of them closer when we need them. I will have a photo of this on my Facebook page if you want to have a better look. For now, I think that is all, and we can get started on our cardigan. To begin the cardigan, grab your yarn, 4mm hook and a measuring tape. This is all we need for now. So we start with looking up the length of our starting chain. So again, you can see it is slightly different for every age, about 2 centimeters difference in between them. So as I'm making 9 to 12 months, I will be looking for 40 centimeters length in my starting chain. So remember the number that you need. I need 40. And then this is where this chart comes in. It looks very difficult, believe me, it is not. I will explain it all to you when we come to it. Now the very first thing is that this number right here in the very middle, this 53, 59, 65 or 71 is the amount of chain. So we will be chaining, we will be measuring that chain, and we will see which number of these chains is the closest to the length that we need. So I need 40 centimeters. Make a slip knot and start chaining. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and for now I will keep going until I have 50 free chains, and then I will measure the length of it. So I have made 50 free chains, this one right here, and now I will measure if this is about 40 centimeters in length. So what you want to do, you want to place your very first chain at the very beginning of your measuring tape and just give it a tiny little pull just to stretch it out a little bit. I am at about 35 centimeters, well 33, 34, so this would be enough for 0 to 3 months, but I need to be right here, so this is not enough chains. I will chain to 59. Okay, so 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58 and 59 chains. I will measure this again, and I am at about 37, 38 centimeters. I'm still a little bit short, so I'm gonna go for 65 chains. So I had 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64 and 65. I'll measure this again and I am easily at 40, even 41 centimeters. You don't want to be under that measurement, just a tiny little pull and you should be at the measurement that you need. So I have got 65 chains for starting. Okay, now once you know the number of chains, we will start with row 1, which is very, very easy. It is just a double crochet row. Now it is, we will need to look at these little squares. Whichever one you got the number of chains, you just look at the numbers on that one, okay? So if you got 53 chains, you look around for these numbers. 59 chains, you have your numbers right here. I have 65, so I will be looking at these. Now we are going to start with adding an extra chain. We're going to skip the first 2 chains, 1, 2 into the 3rd chain. We're going to make a double crochet. Now those 2 chains that we skipped in the very beginning count as 1 double crochet, so I have 1 and 2. We'll look at this number right here. So 7, 8 or 9, depending on which square you have. So I have 9. That means I need 9 double crochets. I have 2. So into the next chain, I make a double crochet. I have 3. Next chain is 4, next 5, next 6, next is 7, next is 8, and the next one is 9. So this number of double crochets, okay, so 9. Into the next chain we're going to make our first corner. So you make a double crochet, chain 2 and a double crochet back into the same chain, and this is our corner. So next you're going to look up the number on the side right here. So 10, 11, 12 or 13. I have got 12. That means I make 12 double crochets. So starting from the next chain, start counting. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12 double crochets for me. Next we have our second corner, so this one right here. Into the next chain we're going to make a double crochet, chain 2 and a double crochet back into the same chain. Next we have the back of the cardigan, so I have 19 double crochets, so 15, 17, 19 or 21 depending on which square you have. I have got 19. So starting from the next chain I start counting 1, 2, 3 and keep going until you have this number of double crochets. Finished with my 19 double crochets, I have the third corner. Into the next chain you make double crochet, chain 2 and a double crochet back into that same chain. Next up is the other sleeve. So as you can see it's the same number, so I have got 12 double crochets and starting from the next chain I start to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12 for me. We have our last corner. Into the next chain, double crochet, chain 2 and a double crochet back into that same chain. And if we have not messed up with our chain count, we should have this number of chains or double crochets left. So I should have 9, 7, 8 or 10. I'm looking for 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So my chain count was good. I have not messed up anywhere. Now this is how your row 1 should look like. Now we'll be starting row 2 and we will be starting to insert our fans into the cardigan. So the very beginning is exactly the same for any size. We are going to have our very first fan in the very beginning of this row right here. And after that we will be looking at the little numbers right in the middle of that square, which I will show you in 2 seconds. Okay, so to start row 2, you're going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and you're going to turn. Now you're going to skip that stitch that is under those chains, that very first one, because technically those chains are coming out of this stitch. It is already used, so you skip that. And then you skip 2 more stitches. So it will look like you're skipping 3. So this one, and this one. Into the next stitch, so right here, you're going to make a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1 and one more double crochet all into that same stitch. So 4 double crochets with 1 chain in between them. So 4 double crochets and 3 chains like this. Then you're going to yarn over, you're going to skip 2 stitches, 1 and 2, into the next stitch. You're going to make a double crochet. Now this is where this little number in the corner, the red one, comes in, okay? So this is how many double crochets you should have before you make a corner again. So I should have 4 double crochets. So there's 2, 3, 4 or 5. Again, depending on what stitch count you had. I had 4. So I have 1 made, my second one in this next stitch, my third one, and my 4th one, and we are at the corner again. Now if you had shorter chain, you will only have 2 double crochets before you are at that chain 2 space at the corner, or 3 or 4 or 5. Yarn over under those 2 chains, so go in under. We're gonna make another corner, which is a double crochet, chain 2 and a double crochet back under those chain 2. So exactly the same as we have done before. All our corners until we finish our yoke are going to look like this. Next, this is the sleeve part. We do not have any fans on sleeves, so all we do is we make 1 double crochet into each stitch until we get to the next corner. I have got 1 more stitch left, so you see last double crochet from the corner from previous row, and the stitch is a little bit to the left. Don't forget about that one. Make a double crochet in there. Then we make a corner again under the chain 2, double crochet, chain 2 and double crochet back into the chain 2 space. Now this is where our fans come in to work at the back of the cardigan. Now again, you're going to look up the little red number in this corner. So 1, 2, 3 or 4. This is how many double crochets you have to make before you start doing your fans. So as I have longer at the back, I have more double crochets. If you had a shorter back, you're gonna have less double crochets. So I had 3. Just look at that number and make those double crochets. So I had 3. Starting from the next stitch, I make my first one. If you are making this square, you made 1 double crochet here, you stop, you wait until I start to show you how to do the fans at the back. But I need more, so I made my second double crochet. Now the number 2 for this little square, again, it is enough. You wait until we do our fans. I need 3. I make my third double crochet, and now I am going to start the fans. You might need 4, so you just make another one right here. Okay, so to start the fans, we're gonna yarn over. We are going to skip 2 stitches. Into the third one, we make a double crochet, chain 1, second double crochet, chain 1, third double crochet, chain 1 and our 4th double crochet. We are going to skip 4 stitches now. Yarn over 1, 2, 3, 4 into the stitch number 5. Again, make a fan. 1 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, and my 4th double crochet. Next, one more fan, yarn over, again skip 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4 into the stitch number 5. Make another fan. 1 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, and 4 double crochets. Now look up the number right here, the red one. This is how many double crochets you should have before the corner. So I should have 3 double crochets. You're gonna skip 2 stitches after the last fan, skip 2 stitches and into the third one, 1, 2, and 3. Make your double crochet. So I have 1 into the next stitch, 2 into the next stitch, 3. So you can see like this. Again, you might have only 1 stitch before the corner, 2 stitches. I have 3. You might have 4. Then we are at the corner, yarn over, make a double crochet under those, chain 2, chain 2, and a double crochet back in there. Then we are over the other sleeve. Again, the sleeves do not have any fans, so we continue with making 1 double crochet into each stitch until we get to the next corner. So all the way up to here. So once you make a double crochet into each stitch, make your corner, double crochet, chain 2, and a double crochet. Then we are left with this front part, so this one right here. Again, look up the little red number in the beginning, so 2, 3, 4, or 5. This is the number of double crochets. So I need to make 4 before I do my fan. Starting from the next stitch, I count 1, then 2, then 3, then 4 double crochets. To make our fan, we're gonna yarn over, skip 2 stitches into the third one, make 1 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, and 4 double crochets. So another fan. Now you're gonna yarn over, you're gonna skip 2 stitches, 1 and 2, and there should be the chain 2 in the very beginning that we have counted as a stitch. So you're gonna make a double crochet into the top of that chain 2 right here, like this. So we do not need this anymore. Again, I will have a picture of this on my Facebook. I'm gonna take that away, and this is how the 2 rows look like. Okay, so then all the other rows will be a repeat rows, so just remember how we do it. Every row is going to start with chaining 3, 1, 2, and 3, and turn. Now you want to find, straight away after that, you want to find that chain 1 space in the very middle of the fan from the previous row. So this is the first chain 1 space, second and third. Into the second chain 1 space, so right here, you're gonna make another fan. 1 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, and 4 double crochets. So a fan on top of a fan. Then what you want to skip the stitch from the From the next double crochet, you want to skip the chain 1 space and the stitch from this double crochet. Again, remember that the stitches from these double crochets are a tiny little bit to the left of the actual stitch. It's kind of a little to the left. So you're gonna skip those. So skip, 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 and into the top of this double crochet, you start making double crochets until you get to the very corner. And at the end of each row, you're going to have more and more double crochets before and after those fans and in the sleeves as well. So do not worry about the stitch count. Now I have one more stitch from this double crochet right here, and I make my corner into the chain 2 space, double crochet, chain 2, and double crochet. Then continue on. So this is the sleeve again, no fans, just one double crochet into each stitch. And this is the last stitch from my sleeve. I make a double crochet right here. Then it is my corner, yarn over, double crochet, chain 2, and double crochet. Then we will continue making one double crochet into each stitch until we get to the very first fan. So all these stitches get one double crochet. You might have less than me, do not worry, it's just that your neckline is shorter than mine. So there you go, you can see this double crochet is standing up straight where the fan one is sort of a sideways there. So this is my one more double crochet right here. We stop right before where the fan starts, and into the middle chain 1 space of each fan we will making a fan again. So one double, chain 1, 2 doubles, chain 1, 3 doubles, chain 1, and 4 double crochets. Then you're gonna go straight into the middle of the next fan, and again 1, chain 1, 2, chain 1, 3, chain 1, and 4. And the last fan into the middle chain 1 space, 1, chain 1, 2, chain 1, 3, chain 1, and 4 double crochets. So just like that. Now again we want to skip all those stitches from the fan from the previous row. So you can see the double crochet stitch, chain 1 space, and this is a stitch from this double crochet, so we skip that and just go on top of the very next double crochet like this, and keep going until you come to your corner. In the corner, double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, and you want to make one double crochet where the sleeves are, so one double crochet into each stitch, and keep going. I'll meet you right here. We are right at the corner now. again, corners are always the same, double crochet, chain 2 and double crochet. Now continue with 1 double crochet until you come to that last fan. So you see, this is my last stitch, a little bit to the left of that last double crochet before the fan. Now you're gonna find the middle of the fan and make 4 double crochets with 1 chain in between them. Like that. And you want to finish your row into the 3rd chain, so 1, 2 and 3. We chained 3 right here, so into the 3rd chain with a double crochet, just like that, and we have 3 rows finished. So I will show you one more row, but other than that it is all exactly the same. Double crochets, you make your corners, double crochets, fans on top of fans, and just double crochet. So this is going to be a really quick row, just a little reminder. You start a row with chaining 3, 1, 2 and 3. You turn straight away, you look for that middle chain 1 space in the fan and make your 4 double crochets with 1 chain in between them. That is 2, 3 and 4. Find your very next stitch, so this double crochet right here, and the stitch a little bit to the left is your next stitch. Continue with 1 double crochet until you get to your corner. When you get to your chain 2 space, make a corner, double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, and continue the sleeve with 1 double crochet into each stitch. I'll see you right here. When you get to the corner, again, double crochet, chain 2 and double crochet. Then you continue on with making 1 double crochet into each stitch until you hit your first fan. So this is the last double crochet. You can see the stitch right here. Then I stop, find the middle, chain 1 space and make a fan. Straight into the next middle, chain 1 space, again the last one, once you finish your 3rd fan, you will look for the first stitch after the fan from the previous row, which is double crochet right here, and this is the stitch, and make your double crochets. Your corner, and your sleeve. So keep going, I'll see you right here. Make your corners as usual and then look for your stitches to make those double crochets. Again, you want to stop just before the fan starts, and into the middle chain 1 space make your fan. And finish off into the top of that chain 3 with a double crochet. And this is how our 1, 2, 3, 4 rows look like. So from now on, you just keep doing exactly the same. 1 double crochet into each stitch, make your corners, make your fans, and your yoke will be getting longer, wider in every way. You will get more and more double crochets. So at the end of each row, you are going to have 8 extra double crochets. So this part after each row will increase by 1 double crochet. This sleeve will increase by 2 double crochets. The back right here will increase by 2 double crochets, so 1 and 1. So you're gonna have 2 extra double crochets in total. Again, sleeve is going to increase by 2 double crochets, and this front part right here you're gonna have 1 extra double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 double crochets in total. Just because I get asked every time, I do not usually say I do not do the stitch counts, because we really don't need to. If you see a stitch, you make a double crochet there, and that is all. So for now you keep going. I will quickly do finish my yoke. There's probably only going to be another 3 or 4 rows, no more than that. I will quickly finish this off, and then we will measure and we will start connecting. And I have finished my yoke. I am ready to connect now. We are going to do a little bit of measuring. So you want to lay your yoke flat like this, and we will be measuring this corner line right here from top to bottom, and we will be looking at these numbers right here. So as you can see, 0 to 3 months 10.5 centimeters, 3 to 6 months 11 centimeters, 6 to 9 months 11.5, 9 to 12 months 12 centimeters. So this right here. But as when we are going to connect, we are gonna have a double crochet right here, which will extend this line. So when we measure, we are looking for this to be about 1.5 to 1/2 centimeter shorter than this. So anywhere, so let's say for 0 to 3 months, anywhere from 9 centimeters to 10 centimeters in length. So this right here would be from 9.5 to 10.5 centimeters in length, 10 to 11 centimeters in length, and 10.5 to 11.5 centimeters. Do not worry if you do not get this absolutely perfect spot on. You just have to imagine that the next double crochet right here, when you are going to make, it has to make up for the missing length. So it will be about 1.5 centimeters long. And do not worry if you're going over the length. It is what it is. It is handmade. It never really comes out at the exact numbers. Okay, so grab your measuring tape, put your measuring tape at the very top of your cardigan and all the way down to that corner right here, to that chain. And as you can see, I am at the length of 10.5 centimeters. So the next 1.5 centimeters with a double crochet that I make here is going to cover the missing length. Again, like I said, you can be closer to the measurement that you need. Do not worry about that. You're just going to be a little bit over the length, which is absolutely perfect. So anywhere from 1.5 to 1/2 centimeter missing is absolutely fine. Okay, next up we're going to measure the chest measurement. Now, as our cardigan is not connected yet, we only need to measure the back part, which means 1/2 of the chest measurement. Let's have a look right here. So chest, so this number in the front is the full chest measurement all the way around the cardigan, and like I said, cardigan is not connected yet, so that is impossible. So we only measure for half. So 46 is a full, 1/2 of that is 23 centimeters. 48 centimeters full, 24 is a half. 50, 25, 52, 26 centimeters. So I am going to measure for 26 centimeters right here. So you want to place your measuring tape at the middle of that corner right there and measure to the next corner. As you can see right here, I am at 24 centimeters, just from one corner to the other. Don't stretch it, just lay it down flat. From one to another, 24 centimeters. Now on this right here it says 26, so that means that 1/2 of my cardigan is missing 2 centimeters. So I am at 24, I need to be at 26. That means that I need to make a few chains underneath each armhole to make up for that missing length. So remember how many centimeters you're missing. Now you're just gonna place your measuring tape at any of the double crochets that you have made. It doesn't matter where. So place it where one of the double crochets start, and you're gonna count out how many double crochets fit into that missing length. So I'm missing 2 centimeters, that is 1 and 2 right here, and I can see that 1, 2, 3 double crochets are fitting into those 2 centimeters. That means 3 chains. If you can fit in 4 or 5, you just make the same amount of chains right here. So if you can fit 4 double crochets into the missing length, you make 4 chains, or 5 or 2, but you definitely need to make at least 1, because we're gonna have to have at least 1 chain to start our sleeve from the armhole. So okay, now we can get connecting. It doesn't matter which row you're on, you just keep on going. So 1, 2, 3 to start the row. Turn around and make your fan. We will continue making those fans almost to the very, very bottom of our cardigan. Again, you're gonna find your first stitch from those double crochets, and you're gonna get yourself to that first corner with 1 double crochet into each stitch. Okay, so right here, chain 2 space. You make a double crochet right here, 1 double crochet into that chain 2 space. Now you're going to chain as many chains as you have counted out for that missing length. I have counted out 3 chains. So 1, 2, and 3. You're gonna skip this whole part. This is going to be the sleeve. Make sure it's not twisted. You're going to find that next corner and make a double crochet in there, and keep going with your double crochets until you get to the fans. So this right here, I think it is clear. You just continue on with your double crochets, with your fans, with your double crochets, and I'm gonna meet you at this corner right here when you finish the back. I am at the next corner. Make your double crochet under those chains in the corner. Then you're gonna chain the same amount of chains as you had under the other armhole. So I had 3. So again, 1, 2, and 3. Find your next corner, double crochet, and you just finish this row as usual. So exactly the same. So now we have connected. The only real difference that we are going to have now from what we did before is that we do not have those sleeves anymore. We are not going to make those sleeves now. And so no corners and no sleeves. We're just going to have all the double crochets right here, and we'll keep going with the fans, and again double crochets. So finish this row. I just want to come back right here and show you what to do with those chains underneath those armholes. So finish off, start the next row. Again, don't forget your fans, and I'll meet you right here. I have made my way to those 3 chains that I have done underneath the armhole. Now you might have more or less chains than me. So the only thing you do is you put 1 double crochet into each of those chains, not underneath them, but you need to go into the chain itself and make a double crochet, because whatever is left from that chain, this is where we are going to be connecting our sleeve onto. So this is 1, this is the next one, so 2 and 3. And then you keep going with the pattern until you get to your next armhole. I am at the other armhole, and exactly the same. Into each of the chains I make 1 double crochet. And then you continue on with the pattern. And just finish up this row. And here we have connected our yoke, as you can see right here. So these are the armholes. We're going to connect right here and make sleeves a little bit later. But for now on, you are just going to continue with the pattern. So those fans in the front, those fans at the back, and all the double crochets in between. The rows are going to start and finish exactly the same as we have done before, so no difference there. For now, we just need to keep going to make up the length that we are missing. Okay, talking about that. So we will be measuring the length of the cardigan from the armhole, from this place right here. So I only have 1 row of double crochets at the moment. But I will keep going up and down until I make up this length. Now, for 0 to 3 months, a full length measuring from the armhole right here is about 16 centimeters. This is an approximate measurement, so it can be a little bit shorter or a little bit longer, but about 16 centimeters. Now, we are going to have this part right here with the ribbing, and we're gonna have to level out this difference. As you can see, those fans right here are sticking out higher up than our double crochets. That means that we're gonna have to make an extra row in here with a few single crochet here and double crochets here, just to level this out, so our cardigan does not have those sides shorter than the back and the front. That means that we need to leave about 4 to 4.5 centimeters from the full length right here, just to finish the bottom part. So for 0 to 3 months, you keep going in this pattern until you get to about 12 centimeters in length right here. For 3 to 6 months, about 13 centimeters in length. 6 to 9 months, about 14 to 15 centimeters in length right here. And for me, 9 to 12 months, it is about 15 to 16 centimeters in length. Where is my measuring tape? So right here, 15-16 centimeters, measuring from here. So about here, I will keep going with the same pattern, and then I'm going to stop, and the next about 4.5 centimeters is going to be the front and post back ribbing, plus that one row that we need to make extra right here. So hopefully that makes sense. Keep going, just leave the last 4 centimeters from the length to finish off the bottom part. And this is going to be the end of part 1, because I didn't expect it for me to take that long. I think I was a little bit too slow with the yoke, but I just wanted to make sure that you understand everything right here, so I took my time for that. So for now on, keep going, and I will see you in part 2 at the point where we are 4 centimeters short, and we will finish off the cardigan. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in part 2. Bye!